Welcome everyone. Today I have a quick Path of Exile 2 guide. Now looking behind me, the POE2 database has just released a lot more information regards to the game. So in order to get us prepared, let's have a look at what are things that can be important. For example, some of the bonus stats and also bonus respect points, bonus skills that is available in different acts can be very important for us to collect everything as we play the first playthrough of the game. And there's also additional quests that we should notice. There's also additional recipes that we can look into, which likely will be upgraded. And over here, we can see the skill passives or the passive trees are being filled up. And here I'm searching for all of my minion nodes to prepare for our next video. And finally, you can see that there is actually additional skill trees for the Atlas and also for the other leap mechanics together with the bosses. Some of those will provide us with bonus experience as we go through in this video. So coming over to the first part of the video, as you guys can see behind me, there are a lot of quest items. Some of those will be books that we can use for the Atlas skills, which will come over here for the skill passives. And you can see there's 6 of those. And as we can see, there's a lot of other books that can provide us with additional Atlas skills and also additional expedition, delirium, and also bridge skills. So those are quite important and we don't want to miss out any of those. So the next thing we want to notice is we can come over to the quest reward section, which is coming from here, coming over to this tab. If you guys want to follow, you can kind of see which of the quests in which of the act will give you what bonuses. Now, just in case you guys don't want to get any spoilers, it is okay to play the game first, and if you find out you're missing anything, you can come back again to those links. And over here, just a brief summary. What are the most important skills we want to notice will be those coming from Act 1 and also Act 2. In Act 1, there will be 4 quests, they're probably 10 quests I think. And if you click onto those quests, what you can see is there will be a description of the quest, but in order to avoid spoilers, we won't go into those quests. So this is a personal checklist. If you want to get as much freebies as you can in the game as you progress through the main story and also side story, you should know which quests you should be doing, especially the ones gives you maximum life, passive skill point are the essential ones. Now the ones that gives you respect points, they will save you some gold, which are also not bad for the early game. As we play the league starter, we'll need a lot of gold and also respect points. So to follow from this, you can come over here to the quest reward and you can kind of see the list of quests and also what do they offer. If you're looking for a support skill gem or a skill gem, you can see which of the quests you can be doing to quickly gain the access of those gems and then make yourself stronger. So this is pretty nice. Of course, I don't think this is fully updated. Likely there's a lot more quests between Act 1 and also Act 3. And there will be higher difficulties with Act 1 and also Act 3 on the second playthrough. There also seems to be a lot more books over here that provide us with more Atlas points in Act 10, which I'm not sure if this is correct, because I don't think we have Act 10, right? So this is to be confirmed. Likely this will be available after level 67. Now we do have a video to cover the roadmaps, and I'll have the links available for you guys to have a look on this part to see which levels will be unlocking which of the acts. Now as we keep going, you can see there is window recipe. I am very curious on the window recipe, and by the looks of it, we're just merging little less window recipes into the bigger ones. And we can merge the waystone on the maps. The 3 of those can go into a higher tier of those. So basically we can get a tier 15 by having 3 of the tier 14s. So that is interesting, because that means if you try to get tier 1 to tier 15, there's a lot of 3, right? But if you're trying to get to like tier 11 to tier 15, it might just take you about, how many is that? 27 of the tier 11 ones. So there's definitely going to be more recipes in the game and also more window locations. I'll keep an eye out, but at the moment we can see those are merging 3 to 1. So as we keep going, we have the updated database, and this will help me to help you guys plan for the future build of the minion build. Yes, I'm planning to play the minion build, and you can search the keyword for minions, and all of a sudden you can see the path of the minions, which I'm working right now. I will be showing you guys the exact path of minions that you can take and then to get all the best bonuses in the game. And this way you guys can start with the minions and know where you can go as to which starting character and how to fasten your pace to get your first ascension. And that's my next goal for the next video. So meanwhile, if you guys want to play around with this one a little bit, you can search whatever you want to look for, and maybe, not block, I was like, block chance. Let's say if you want to play with block chance, you can see where the points are, and this is actually very helpful. So if I'm going with minions, I'm definitely going to look for all the paths that starting with the witch and then pathing towards the section. And similarly, if you want to go lightning damage, I know a lot of us want to play the lightning. Okay, I probably didn't spell lightning correctly. So after correcting this one, you can see there are some nodes over here that provides you with more lightning damage. And similarly, you can search any of the build you want now that we have more database and also information. And this is great for us to prepare for the starter league and also on day one, which will save us tons of time at the launch. Now finally, coming over to this section, I'm actually really curious on the Atlas. This might not seem to be the biggest. Let's have a look at the Atlas. You'll start over here on the Atlas after level 65. And if I click here, notice that this will show me the shortest path over here. And there are 3 major nodes for the Atlas. Here, the rare and also unique monsters we find in the map have 1 to 2 more modifiers, which can be good for additional loot. So over here, the unstable synergy allows us to have 25% more effect to prefix modifiers and 25% to suffix modify when opening a map. And this means there is even more loot because you have more effects of the modifiers. And finally, this one, corrupted weird storms are corrupted additional times when using to traverse a map. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So I think it's possible if you really want to get the maximum bonuses, you can take all 3 of them and then move on to the smaller ones. And the smaller ones will really depend on what you're looking for. If you're hunting for rare monsters or if you're trying to get better waystones, you can see the direction of those. Now let's briefly have a look at the other ones. So we have seen in the actual live stream that to get the bigger nodes, you have to defeat bosses. It is possible to also get those books within the quest of the expedition of any of the league mechanics, as you guys can see over here. But highly likely, guys, to get the big ones, you have to defeat the bosses coming from the bridge, coming from the delirium, coming from the expedition. So those are going to be the pinnacle boss reward for getting those. And finally, of course, we have this one. So this is related to the map boss. And here you can see map boss can drop additional warpstone. And the final ones are the map boss will give 50% more experience. And here we have the ones map boss are irradiated. I'm not sure what that one is. And here we have map boss have 30% chance to contain corruption when entered. That is actually pretty scary. I'd rather go with more experience until we know exactly which one's good. But that said, maybe it's better to go with this side, right? So just a brief preview of what's available now that we got more information. And finally, we have some additional nodes with Arbiter. And here, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Arbiter drops additional 3 tier 15 waystones. By the looks of it, the end game will come with the tier 15 warpstones. Where are the recipes? I'm trying to find the recipes. Okay, it's over here. So the tier 15 warpstones are going to be the end game maps. And we can juice this up massively by crafting and also by going with a point over here, which will allow us to have more prefix and also more suffix. So by the looks of it, you definitely want to come over here to get more waystones and then juice this up for the end game. Okay, that's just a brief summary. Quite excited for all the information that's available, and I'll have the links available for you guys to have a look. But keep in mind, guys, once the game's out, likely there may be changes, and if I do discover more great loots and also more freebies in the game or additional stat items, I'll let you guys know as well. Now, before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on our official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is going to be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.